Hey there, Macro Monday fan. It is another Macro Monday, and today on Hopped Up Beer Review, we're going to be trying Busch Light Peach from Anheuser-Busch out of St. Louis, Missouri. It's the peachiest. Hey, everybody. Happy Macro Monday. Welcome to Hopped Up Beer Review, the show where we give you our unprofessional, somewhat biased opinion about the beer that we are drinking and reviewing. We've got a peachy one today. I've got Andy in the attic. I've got Jay. I'm Ben. What are we drinking today, gentlemen?
Busch Light Peach. Andy, are you muted? Yeah, you're muted.
Peachy.
Peachy. I was like, why are we doing this? Because we're masochists. We hate ourselves.
Okay, mine's open. And I am using the Don't Worry Beer Happy glass because I don't care what this one looks like.
Trying to psych yourself up.
Yeah. All right. Woo. That is
Smells peachy.
All right. I don't know which one of you
you
purchased this.
You.
That's right. It was me.
Don't you have like another half case of this, Ben, or close to it?
Yeah. This one came in the case. So I've got a good, I think, 9 left.
There you go.
So,
you seriously bought a 12-pack?
That was the only option.
Cheers, mates.
Got my beer.
Cheers, mates. Andrew's beer. Sorry, guys.
You know, there are seltzers better than this one. Oh, we've covered Anheuser-Busch a couple times already.
Yeah. Okay. Some of this might sound familiar because, as you said, Jay, we have reviewed Busch as a Macro Monday. We reviewed Budweiser as a Macro Monday. So we've covered Anheuser-Busch. There may be a touch of information that maybe I didn't go over. So
saved it for this.
Yeah. Maybe I was just looking around. Busch Light Peach. So not Busch Peach, Busch Light Peach. Take it down a level.
That's right.
It is a lager, evidently a fruited lager. 4.1%. It takes their Busch Light and adds a hint of peach. They're not subtle. They don't know how to hint. They don't have an inside voice, evidently. It is loudly peach. The Busch Light Peach followed Busch Light Apple, which was around from 2020 to 2022. Jay, you had mentioned in conversations with us that they're going to bring back Busch Light Apple.
That's the rumor. I saw online that they're looking to bring the Busch Light Apple back towards the summer, May, June of 25 here.
Do I
and
detect
they're going to add
Macro Monday?
Well, they're also adding, so the Busch Light Apple, they'll have the Busch Light Peach, and then they're going to follow it with a Busch Light Lime.
I think I have a suggestion here.
Mm.
Busch Light apple, Busch Light peach, because I got plenty of them that I need to get rid of, and then a Busch Light with lime. I think that's one show right there.
You talking to flight it or mix them all into one? And
Either way, either way.
That requires somebody to buy all of that Bush Light.
I bought this one. I might be willing to buy a couple more.
this, I was just breaking down because it was 4.1%, so I looked a little further. 138 calories, 14.1 carbs. Must be all that peach. Busch Light, the original Busch Light, not the flavored, was introduced in 1989 as Busch Light Draft. They dropped the draft name in 1994. It is, I understand, because I'm like a peach factory right now. It is made of water, barley, hops, and corn grits. It's like Sunday morning. It's grits.
There you go.
Busch beer, the original, debuted in 1955. I saw an interesting anecdote about back in the 50s, at least then. You dealing with Major League Baseball, you could not name a stadium after an alcoholic beverage because Anheuser-Busch wanted to build a stadium and call it Budweiser, ballpark or whatever. You couldn't do that. So they named it after the Busch family. Busch Stadium was in St. Louis, and 2 years later, they debuted Busch beer. So they got maybe his foresight, going around that. I thought that was pretty sneaky of them. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri. Technically founded in 1852, but that's not what it was known as. It was known as the Bavarian Brewery, founded by George Schneider. And he got to a point where he went near bankrupt. So in 1860, he sold it to William de Unch, who was a pharmacist he was from the area. And also he was the more of a silent partner to Unch. The other partner was Eberhard Anheuser, who was a soap maker. So they called the new company, they changed the name from Bavarian Brewery to Anheuser and Company. So that was 1860. 1861, Adolphus Busch came into the fold. He married Anheuser's daughter. Adolphus Busch started as a salesman with Anheuser-Busch after the Civil War, after his service in the Civil War. I don't know if you remember, but during the Civil War, he was like a riverboat captain. We had discussed that with, I don't know if it was Busch Beer or Budweiser. So he worked his way up after salesman, and he purchased the pharmacist, the silent partners, de Unch's share in 1869. And at that point, he became secretary of the company. In 1879, they changed the name to Anheuser-Busch, and it has been controlled by the Busch family, or at that point, it was started control of the Busch family starting in 1880 after Anheuser's death, until 2008 when they sold to InBev. And that's when the AB InBev empire started. Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Let me
thank you as always, Andy.
Cleanse the palate.
We'll give you some time to savor this beer before you go
enjoy
first.
the peach.
Yeah. Has anybody had this one? So,
I think I actually have had it.
yeah. Well, I wasn't
Now
gonna make
I'm
you go first, to be honest. I was
no,
gonna go
I
first
mean,
since I brought this upon the
Ben,
show.
I can predict Ben's review. Here we go. I actually like it. That's Ben.
All right, so here we go. I don't think it's terrible.
I knew it. I knew you'd like this swill.
I'm not saying I like it. That's a far cry. But I will say I was expecting it to be like really, really bad. And I don't think it's as bad as I thought it was going to be. I've had the Bush Apple. Was at a family event, and my nephew, who has a pretty big following on Instagram, I'm going to post his Instagram down below. Go check it out. He is a huge Bush fan. And at a family gathering, he had some Bush Apple. I tried it. Gosh, I did not like it at all. So I was very wary about the Bush Peach, but I bought it. Thought it'd be fun for us to do here on the show because I like to have the really bad beers at some point. So after my experience with the Bush Apple, I was expecting this to be equal or worse on that. And I think it's a little bit better than the Bush Apple personally. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of peach, but I mean, it really, Jay, you said it at the beginning. You said you tasted seltzers better, and I believe that. But that's kind of what it tastes like to me. It doesn't really taste like beer. It tastes more like a flavored water or a seltzer that's carbonated. I don't get a lot of alcohol flavor even potentially on it. It's really just kind of peachy, and to Andy's point, they don't. It's not subtle. Somebody tripped and dropped a bunch of peach juice in the vat on this one. So, do I want to have it again? No, I don't. I'd be fine never having this again. But it was better than I thought it was going to be, and for that, I'm going to give it a 4.5.
You're a generous man.
All right, Jay, what do you think?
I mean, you covered a lot of what I would say from the standpoint of it doesn't taste like a beer. It tastes like a seltzer or cider, if you would. I mean, a peach cider in some ways. And you're right. There's little to no alcohol flavor on it. You know, I was kind of surprised when I pulled up Untapped. It actually has a 3.4 rating. To me, it's sweet, and I can see where this might be some drink that people who like the sweet ones would enjoy. I'm going lower than you. I'm gonna go 4.
All right, Andy.
This tastes nothing like beer. It tastes like corn syrup and peach. It is a syrupy, peachy. I mean, I've there are seltzers I've had that I'm going to rate higher than this. There is one caveat. It is not the worst beer I've rated on the show. That still is being held by Voodoo Ranger Fruit Force IPA. That one was worse than this. I will be happy to never try this again. This isn't a beer. It's just syrupy mess, and how people want to throw this back a lot. I mean, it reeks of peach.
Does it have a lot of sugars in it? I mean, I'd be curious. This would be one that would
138 calories, 14.1 carbs. So
it's got
to do with carbs. No, it doesn't give triglycerides on there, but Excuse me,
I mean, it
14.1
could
carbs.
cause a
There's nothing to
hangover.
sneeze at. Yes. This seems like it would hurt my head
Yeah.
if I did too many. If I did as many regular beers, filler beers, and this was, I don't, I'd be in a much worse place.
World over.
Yeah, that said, 3.0. Still better than the Fruit Force.
I think we all agree on that.
Yeah.
I think if corporate ever sends us to the Peach Bowl, though, we're going to have to pick up another case. That's we'll have to see how that goes. All right, Macro Monday is coming to a close, but don't be sad. We've got other videos out there you can check out. That's going to give us a 3.8 for the Busch Light Peach. If you've had this one, let us know what you think about it. I don't know. Is this one currently in production? We've had this one a while and have been trying
Probably
to
out
not
of
drink
season.
No,
Yeah.
like I alluded, I think earlier, they're going to do the Bush Apple, the Bush Peach, and the Bush Lime this summer. So don't look at that,
so they're all
Andy.
coming back.
Don't look
Yeah.
at
The
that.
date on this, yeah, I think that was the expiration date because we had it much
Right. Yep.
longer before that. So
It's all right.
But I
Just
don't
made
think
it
it
peachier.
affects the review here, the numbers. I don't know
Yeah.
that would affect the score. But anyway, appreciate you guys checking out this video. Thank you for checking out another Macro Monday where we go back and have a macro beer first Monday of every month. We've got other videos out there. Go check those out. Be sure to like, subscribe, and cheers that notification bell. We definitely appreciate that. We are trying to get to 500 subs before the end of 2025. So you can help us by hitting that subscribe button. And also, if you're already subscribed, go ahead and hit that like button. That would help us out a bunch too. And we would definitely appreciate that. We've got a bunch of links down below. Check them all out. And we will see you on the next one. For Andy in the attic and Jay, and as my boss says, just peachy. Ben. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.